committed, but he did commit to it. And once Nathan committed, he didn't stop. And it's all about that commitment. And Nathan is our number one income earner in the tribe, and he deserves it because he works really hard. He plays really hard, and he knows exactly what he's talking about. So let's get
Before that, I gotta share this. I was with Nathan sitting back there. I'm like, I'm showing results of street. I'm like, you better get your ass moving, streets.
Yeah.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Good. Wow, though, what a morning! How powerful, eh? Crazy, right? Meeting some of the stories, I love how everyone, everybody has their own why and their own purpose to being here. I think we've all found out and really discovered exactly what that is. We all come from different backgrounds with such different people, but, we all have our own reasons for being here, and I think this morning we've really just tightened that and really found our message, haven't we? You all know why you're here, what you want, what your desire is to, to take you forward in doing this, because when you walk away from this, a lot of you will be on your own again. You won't be surrounded by 50 however many people are out here to have you, to answer questions instantly. You'll be back by yourself. And that's why it is so important, and that's why we spend all morning going through these personal development, trainings and things in the beginning, because it really does just set those values, in there. It just locks them in, and, you understand and exactly what you should be doing and your why and your purpose, so that when you are by yourself and you're wondering, am I doing things right? Should I even be doing this? Is this going to work? You're pulling your hair out because you don't know whether you're doing it right, or if you can even make it through, then you understand those core values that are driving you. And I think this morning we really did each. And give me an unstoppable if you know your core values and your why, and you're not going to give up no matter what. 1 2 3. Nice, I like it. Cheers. All right, so. How are you feeling? Everyone stand up for a second. Just a second. All right? And just bounce on the spot like this. Now, as you know, I've been traveling, so just bounce quietly if you can. I've been traveling quite a bit. If you haven't seen Abnormal Fitness, there's a little plug for Abnormal Fitness. You can really work out wherever you are. And what is this? This one just warms up all the muscles. It gets the blood flowing a bit. So it should raise the energy a little bit before we get into some solid marketing. Because today, I think we've got the mindset down. We know our values. This afternoon, me and Jabril are going to get stuck right into marketing and uncover what this business really means. So sit down. You good? There you go. Blood pumping a bit now? Feeling abnormal? Okay, so today, my name is Nathan Buchan. I'm not going to talk about myself for too long. I really want to dig deep on what has given me so much success, because I really think I've learned how to communicate with people in such a way that I connect with them on a mutual level, and it's really helped my business in the past 6 months. And I just crossed the year mark, 1 year, and I've been traveling for 10 months. I have to really give a shout out to Brian and Rhonda. They really took me under their wing, even though they didn't know who this crazy Kiwi young shy guy was turning up to Miami in January. They didn't know who to expect when I was to turn up on their doorstep, and thankfully they took me in with open arms, and we kind of connected, and you guys have really absolutely changed my life, no doubt. So I thank you guys. I love you both. You're like family now. It's amazing. So anyway, my name is Nathan Buchan. I'm from Mount Maunganui, New Zealand. I'm a plumber by trade. I finished my plumbing apprenticeship, so I am a qualified plumber. I finished my apprenticeship before I took off, so I'm a qualified plumber, right? It's always good to have a trade behind you. Have you heard that one before? You would have, right? It's always good to have a trade behind you. That's what my dad always said. So I've got a trade behind me. My biggest passions are surfing. Biggest passions are surfing and travel. You all know that I love surfing and I love traveling, right? And yes, the internet has changed my life. I don't want to talk about myself for too long, but you all know that if you keep an open mind and you're willing to put one foot in front of another, that this can be absolutely life-changing for you. There is a lot of information out there. The internet is a huge place. Things are always changing. But if you can keep your mind focused on one path and you understand what it is you need to do, the sky's the limit. It really is. There's no limit to how much you can make here. My biggest problem was the thoughts in my head. When I first started, my goal was to earn $2,000 a month to replace my income as a plumber. And the other week, it was the week that I went to Oktoberfest. I drank for like 3 days straight. Before that, we were touring around Italy, eating pizza and things, and I was using internet off my phone and made $10,000 in a week. Or 9,000, it didn't quite cost $10,000 in a week. So, and the biggest block to that, like that's amazing, right? I couldn't be happier. And the biggest block for me to get there was, my original goal was $2,000 a month. It took me a long time to cross, it took me a long time to get like a first all in, remember that? It took me a long time to cross $2,000 in a month because it was my block, it was what I was used to. And that's kind of what I was living by. I was thinking, okay, if I make $2,000, how much am I allowed to spend on accommodation while I travel? How much should I be spending on food and different things? And I was living like I was still living it back in New Zealand at $2,000 a month. And, you know, it was a big struggle for me. And this is after I went to Miami. So I sold a lot of things. I made a lot of stuff happen to get to Miami from New Zealand. And I hadn't had a lot of results then. But I knew I was going to come to this event, give it everything I got, and apply what was taught to me, and I did. But it still took me, because I had a block in my head of $2,000 a month. It took me a lot to get through that. But after, when I had that first $3,000 day, I remember it because I went surfing that morning with Brian. We scored amazing waves in the morning. We're having a laugh, and I log into my emails. I run across the road, like because they were staying just across the road from me. And I run across the road, right? Yeah! They instantly knew what happened at like 8 o'clock in the morning because we wake up early, right? So 8 o'clock in the morning, like wake Rhonda, like yeah, woo! And she just starts jumping because she knows that I've cracked my first all in. I'm just like yeah. So, and from there it kind of it snowballed, and a lot of the personal development comes down to it because when you start thinking thoughts and you like okay, I can do 3,000, maybe I can do. We can do 2 a month, we can do 6, and it just keeps going and snowballing very quickly. So that's, I don't want to bore you with my story or anything, but that's basically it. You all know why you're here. Just make sure that when you go home and you're by yourself, that you're really focused and that you have your own drive, because it really comes down to inside here, not anyone else. If you guys don't produce, to be honest, it's not going to affect the world, the whole globe. But if you do produce, you probably could affect the whole globe if you produce big enough, Okay, so today, anyway, I'm going to talk about turning leads into sales. Now, you've learned how to drive traffic to your, through YouTube from John. And soon, Jabril is going to take you through how to create Facebook ads. We're going to talk about, we've been setting up our funnels all week. So by the end of this week, you should have your funnel set up, the 3-step system from your capture page, your bridge video, into your opportunity. And what we're going to do now is talk about driving. Once you have traffic, you have leads, you have people liking your page through Facebook stories, because this is what we're going to get into is Facebook stories. You all have a story to tell no matter who you are. You're going to drive traffic from Facebook, a fan page. We've all talked about your brand. You all know this, right? So you all have your brand. We're all going to advertise stories on Facebook. And we're going to lead them to the capture page through the funnel that way. But in driving traffic, once we get leads, we need to maximize. You guys are paying for marketing to do Facebook ads. You have to pay for it. Now, there's a few things I've done when I was in Panama to really maximize the amount of sales I got per lead, because I didn't have much money. I remember I was counting pennies, wondering whether it was going to work. And it really came down to communication. The way I talk to people, the way I posted on my page. Everything you do on Facebook counts. Everything, on your personal page and your fan page. If you've got a nice fan page talking about how much you love the world, how much, say the law of attraction has helped you, great quotes and everything, inspiring, and then on your personal page you talk about how you got a parking ticket, today and it sucked. Someone is going to see that. They will see and they will understand it. Well, who is this person? So if you look at my pages, you will notice that my personal page and my fan page, they integrate, they have the same core message. I treat Facebook as my business. People treat Facebook as, a place to just play around, which it is, it's social media, but I treat it as my business because that's what I do. Okay, so today I'm really going to dig into maximizing these dollars that you spend on marketing. Because people are going to like your page, they're going to see who you are and start following you. A lot of people here, they follow you for at least a month before they decide to go all in. Isn't that right, Brian? They follow you for a long time before they actually decide to, say go all in, or they build relationships. So a lot of you that I'm, closest to and that I know and that we're good friends now, they stuck around, they started researching, they wanted to, you need to grow on these people. You need people to be like, oh, okay, this guy's legit. He's consistent. He knows what he's talking about. He's doing this day in and day out. He's not joking. He's not trying to make a quick buck or anything. And the key is here is through our stories, we talk about ourselves, we touch these points. We're going to go into creating stories later. So just keep in mind we're going to do that later. But once you have a lead, they know, if they are a lead, they know that you are selling them something. Because most of them have seen your opportunity, they've come through, they like your page, or they're a lead. So from there, it's important to create value. You don't need after that, you can go either way about it. I'm just talking about what I do, by the way. So people market in many different ways. Attraction marketing is what I learned, so this is my thinking. So I'm just sharing with you what goes on in my head through my business, all right? So people know and they understand that, okay, you have an opportunity behind you. So from there on, I don't see the point in blasting them consistently with, come and join me, come and buy this, come and grab that, because basically I'm not trying to make a quick buck. I want to live a great lifestyle, and through attraction marketing, that's the way we do it. So because I know that my leads understand who I am, understand what I'm doing, I know that by just giving value, as in doing cool things or doing things that I like and my leads will like, it would just create good value to them. And by that, then you start getting followers that actually like your stuff. Even if they don't buy later on, you create these relationships with people that you never would create otherwise. And you don't scare people off. You create a cool fan page, you have a good following, and everything's great about business. You're not trying to push anything onto anyone. It's easy, and it becomes exciting to do. It's not like, oh no, I'm trying to sell you. No, it's like, here, this is what's happened to me. The option is open if you want it. If you don't, no worries. Okay, so let's have a look. Your page. With your page, you want to find your style and your brand. Now, that kind of sums it up in a good photo, because it's like, I was a plumber dealing with this crap. Now I'm diving. And then you want to be yourself. You want to stay consistent with your brand. You want to, I'll show you in just a second. But you want to keep your core values the same, so you should understand and know what your brand is about. You're all creating a brand, you're creating a tagline for your brand. So you should know the values and what you like. I like traveling, I like surfing. When I started, remember, I wasn't traveling or surfing, I was plumbing, but I was into personal development, so that's another core part of my brand, personal development. And so I would always just post about experiences that I did have, or experiences that I want to have. Like, I would love the idea to travel the world and surf the world's best waves, This is an opportunity that I've found to, that could do this for me. Things like that. Now here's an example, okay? I done this in September 25th, 2013. This is just when I started. And I created my fan page, and I'm like, okay, lifestylepreneur, that's who I am. I want to travel the world, surf, make money online if I can. This is what I want to do. I just come back from a trip in Bali, and I used to save up quite a long time to go surfing in Bali, or to go on surf trips and do different things. I just came back from a trip in Bali, so I thought, okay, I'm going to share my pictures. I got the experience, but I got the experience of roasting coffee beans in Bali. I'm not sure how many coffee lovers are out here, but I can tell you the aroma was amazing. Lifestylepreneur. Got 2 likes on that. It's nice, right? Lifestylepreneur, my page, September 25th. And then we go like this, and it's September 25th this year, 1 year later, right? I don't mind traveling solo, but sometimes epic views are better shared with mates. I looked through this the other day, and I thought, wow, that is very, very similar to 1 year ago when I first posted. That was like one of my first posts, right? So I found the message that I wanted from the beginning. A year later, I'm doing the same thing. There's Jabril looking at me, I'm doing a little pose. And it's like, but then, and then this is key, right? Okay, but so that's amazing, right? 1 year later, same message. Just think about that. 1 year later, same message, same idea, except now I'm traveling. Like, I didn't have that experience. I am having the experience. See what I mean? Same thing. And now I'm hashtagging like, so inspired, dream bigger, good times. Notice those little puns there? People will read those and be like, so inspired.